that is recording. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, can you see the screen, Laura?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, well, as you know, my name is Edwin Lobon. I am your tutor for this speaking class. And well, let me turn on the camera. Okay, okay. Well, Laura, we're gonna discuss about books, right? We have some questions that we wanna answer, but first I want you to read this objective, right? I want you to read that, just only that. Can you read it, please?
For sure, teacher. The objective is that the student will be able to talk about their favorite book or a book they know, giving short descriptions and personal opinions while practicing confidence and fluency in English.
Okay, that's right. Now, my turn. I'm gonna read the recommendations for the class. Don't worry about mistakes. That's the first thing you need to know. And then every word you say is progress. It doesn't matter if you don't pronounce it well, the word you want to pronounce. And your opinion matters. It's so important to me in this case. It's a way to how to progress. I want you to practice. That's the important thing to know. And the way you describe your book is unique, right? Imagine I want to read your favorite book. Convince me in your own words. Now, based on that, I want to ask you the first question. That's, what is your favorite book? Tell me about the genre, the title for the book, whatever you want to tell me about the book. So, the genre, for example. Let's go for it with the genre of your favorite book. What is your
Thank
favorite
you for
book?
thank you for asking, teacher. Well, I would say that it's a really interesting question because I really love different kinds of books. Nevertheless, if I had to select only one book, I would definitely go to the one that is called The Power of Now by Edland Chocolate. I think it's the author's name. And when I first read that book, I was really impressed because I was able to understand different situations that we need to explore, like mindfulness. When you have a difficulty, you always need to think clearly to connect your emotions with you in a positive way. And that is what I think that this book is really spiritual and self-help because it allowed me to understand myself and to practice some exercises, some grounding techniques, and some mindfulness practices to make myself better in that situation, to think clearly. I really love that book and it really transformed my life because I was able to change my perspective about how we can handle problems and how we can be in the present. Because when you are in the present, you can enjoy more your time and you can enjoy life in different situations.
Okay, okay, got it. And can you tell me the genre for the book? Is about growing, personal growing, maybe?
Yes, teacher.
It's personal growing. Okay, that's right. And well, based on that, what you have tell me why do you like it so much? Why do you like it so much? This book, about this book. What do you like?
Thank you so much for your question, teacher. Well, I would say that I really like it for different reasons. One of them is because I have really fantastic memories when I first read it, because at that time it was in around 2019, and I was passing through a depressing moment in my life because I was isolated. I didn't have any social relationships, and you know that when you are with people we have more positive results for our emotional well-being. So this book was something that came in the right time, and also I really loved it because it taught me a lot of things about controlling my emotions, being positive, connecting my body with my mind and being a better person because I have the purpose to be a better human being and make positive actions, not only for myself, but also for other people that are around me. And that's what I really like that book because you can feel that emotion and you connect with your heart and everything that you want to be as a person.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a good one. I have heard about atomic bombs. I don't know, maybe, or things related with introspection, like with you being inside first, first in you, and then in other out, right? And I think it's a good book, really good book. Maybe when sometime I can read it. It's so interesting for me. What is the story about? How you tell me, right? How you told me that. What who are the main characters for this book? You know what is the author for that book? Who wrote it?
Thank you for asking, teacher. Well, the author is called Eckhart Tolle. I think it's the pronunciation of the author. And when you read that book, well, there's not a complete story behind it, but when you have the opportunity to read it, you are going to see different situations that the person experienced when he was anxious, and he was at the time that he was almost committing suicide because he was having some issues in his life. But he mentioned that when he finally understood that those situations are opportunities for you to grow and to illuminate yourself, you are able to get past those negative emotions that you have for anxiety and depression. So I think that it's more like the story that the author has, because for many years he has been able to coach many people to handle their emotions and to overcome anxiety. So it's like a spiritual guide that the author had when he first experienced those negative emotions in his life.
Okay. Maybe it talk about any spiritual. Maybe it have a approach in the spiritual part. Maybe he is Christian, or maybe he is from the Buddhism, maybe, or something like that.
Yes, teacher. Well, as far as I remember, I believe that he is a Christian person because he mentions a lot of things about the spiritual life and how you can have that motivation to get past those negative emotions. And also, he mentions all the things about mindfulness, like when you experience pain, you have the capacity to gain some emotional wealth in order to.
Intelligence.
Yes, that's correct, teacher.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing book. I wanna read it. I wanna read it. Would you recommend it to others?
Yes, it's a really good question because I was about to tell you that I recommended you to read it, and absolutely I would recommend that book. Well, and more than recommendation, I will probably say the people around me, some of the experiences that I had, and some of the parts that caught my attention when I first read that book, because probably the other people might feel more inspired to read it. And this is what I would try to use all my narratives, my experiences, and all the emotions that I felt in order to give the recommendation in the best way possible.
Okay. And I wanna ask you something. Maybe what are other tools to maybe overcome obsession, instructive doubt? How you can overcome apart from for mindfulness? For example, you practice mindfulness. Breathing inside, outside, and then you get good. But what other methodology you can use based on this book? The book mentioned other methodologies for this kind of thing.
It's a really good question. Well, I would say that I remember that the book also gives you different ways about being yourself, not only when you are doing mindfulness or meditation, but also when you go to a specific place and you can close your eyes and immediately you can feel the sound, all the people talking, you can feel the nature or the sounds that you can feel when you go near the river or near some places. And that's what I really love it because it's like a way that you can connect yourself in different situations, in different scenarios. Well, regarding to methodology that I use, well, I normally journal. Like sometimes I use my notebook, and I really love having all my thoughts in that notebook because it's like a self-talk, and it's a way to inspire myself and to
Like
make
writing
myself.
down,
Yes, teacher.
writing
I
down on
really
a
love.
notebook.
Yes, teacher.
Ah, okay. When you write it onto your notebook, what do you feel
Oh
when you
well, it's
write your
something
doubts?
so sweet. Well, actually, when I write, well, sometimes I feel like really sad. It depends on the situation that I'm writing about, because if I'm having a situation that it's really difficult to overcome, or I don't get a positive result in my objectives or my studies, and when I write it, I can have that emotion again. But when I feel completely overjoyed, I can experience happiness. It's like when I write my ideas, I reconnect my emotions again, depending on the situations that I experience and how I felt in those situations.
And after you finish the writing, you feel good, right? Or maybe you feel like, well, I didn't want to write that, or maybe I feel better after writing that.
After writing, I would say that I feel better because I vent my emotions, like I can have all my emotions recreated. And it's a way for me to let them out in case that I
Ah,
have those
okay.
emotions of stress, or I don't know how to express it, but I have a way that I can express all of them myself.
Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. Very well answered. Now, well, what did you learn from the book? I don't know if you have told me, but I want you in a specific way, in a short way. What did you learn from that book? It's a phrase, and a phrase. What did you learn from the book?
From the book, well, I actually learned many things, but one of the things that I learned was especially about how you can control your thoughts. When you have like intrusive thoughts about what is going to happen in the future or what could have happened if you had done something in the past. Well, it's really important that first you observe your thoughts, and then you can direct them in the positive way, in a way that can make you be a better person and can make you constructed into a better human being.
Ah, okay, okay, good. That's good. That's good. And how did the book make you feel in this way?
When I read that book, I feel completely serene. I had a sense of tranquility, and I remember that I was also really curious because I wanted to understand more the situation that the author had. But also, when I first read it, I had the opportunity to understand many things, and those situations allowed me to stay better, to be happier with myself, and to understand that life is short, and we need to make the most of our time with our family and friends. So I would say that the book gave me a lot of positive feelings that I would never forget.
Oh, that's an amazing answer. Now, Laura, I think it's 15 minutes all completed. I want you to fill out this form in order to register your assistance. Let me send you in the inbox, right? So that's that's all. I think was a good conversation. I want to read that book. I don't know if you can write it on the inbox, right? And I want to read it. I want to read this book right now because and sometimes I get a little obsession with my doubt. Very stressed. I don't know if you can write it. I like to write. I like to read a lot of books about related to personal growing and something like that. Write it. Write it.
Absolutely, teacher. And of course,
Okay.
I'm glad to
Thank,
recommend you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. And see you next time. See you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, teacher. I really love the book Atomic Habits, and it was a fantastic conversation with you. And I hope that you have a nice day. And thank you so much for being here and for your teaching.
Thank you so much to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.